tarot, the tarot, the tarot is known quite often as a fortune-telling divinatory tool, a predictive tool. It's what the common vision or view of tarot is out there, and I'm kind of into dispelling that a bit. So today I'm going to talk to you about how this lovely deck of cards is actually more of a mirror. So, what do I mean by this? Well, there are two ways to use the tarot. One is predictively, and one is as a mirror. And the reason this is because the tarot shows you your patterning. We're all predictive, we're all patterned, we're all conditioned. So when you go to see a reader, they will either use that reflection to predict or to reflect it back at you. Hello, my name is Tiffany Crosara, and I am known as the Transformative Tarot Queen. I'm also an inner transformation specialist. My brand is the Transformational Truth of Tarot, as is my books, as is my game, as is my courses, and so on. I had a past life in this life of being a tarot reader for some of the top London companies, conveyor belt readings on and off the TV. And before then, I had my very own enlightening path with the tarot, shall we say. I have always understood it to be a mirror. Well, no, that's not true. I've understood it to be a mirror since my early 20s. Before then, I thought it was a predictive tool. I used it for prediction, and it was a painful path. Then, when I really started to understand what it was about, I was working as a reader, and everyone who came to me didn't understand what it was about. They were wanting those predictive things, and it was very painful again. So I had to come away and I had to launch my own brand, the Transformational Truth of Tarot. And what I do is I help people understand this way of being, okay? Those who are in it as readers and those who are having readings or anything along those lines as well. It goes deep, and today I'm showing up to let you know how the tarot is actually more of a mirror than a predictive tool, okay? So the tarot, as I said, there's two ways of working with it, predictive or reflective. The reason being is that it does just reflect back to you your own patterning. We're all patterned, we're all conditioned, and when you lay the cards out on the table, it shows you those patterns and conditionings. Some readers will use that as a predictive thing, and some readers will use it as a reflective thing. And today I'm actually going to tell you a story about when I was at one of those top London companies and how I really got the message of the danger of seeing it as a predictive tool over a mirror, over being a mirror. So what happened was that I was sat there in my office and the phone rang. And on the end of the phone was a very distraught lady who I'd seen a few times before, and I also saw her husband separately, not together, but they both used to come to me for readings. This day, she rang up totally distraught. She was like, he's going to finish it, he's going to finish it, he's so going to finish it. And I did the reading, and I couldn't see a split anywhere. There was not one single card that suggested a split, and I was totally confused because it was my early days of reading, and although I had some understanding of it being a mirror, I wasn't strong enough or firm enough in that message. So I was confused because I was like, well, she's totally distraught, and it feels like she knows that this is the end. So why are my cards just showing me that everything is totally fine? And I just said, I can't see anything here about a split. Now, if that happened now, I would say, okay, this is just a mirror showing me how much you want to stay together. And she probably would have said, well, yes, I know that. Because this is the other thing when people come for readings, they're like, well, you're not telling me anything I don't already know. But there's a reason why it says, know thyself over the temple of Delphi, rather than across my palm with silver and you'll meet a tall, dark, handsome stranger. The wisest, ancient, most philosophers said to know thyself is the most important thing that you could ever do with your life. It's also the hardest thing. And this is where tarot comes in. It's power, really. Anyway, the next day, her husband came to me and sat down and said, I know you read for her yesterday, and I know it said that there was no split, but I just thought I'd come along and see what happens when I sit in front of you. So I was like, okay. And I dealt the cards out. And as much as hers said no split was as much as his said split. Boom, that's it. It was two massive extremes. And I looked at him and I said, I get it. I said, she really doesn't want the split and you really do want the split. And he said, yeah, that's right. And they split because obviously it takes two. And I just wanted to share with you that story because it just goes to show, like, we're only ever reading for one person. We're only ever able to really tune into their thoughts, their feelings, their fears, their desires. And it is a mirror because what they want, they have a certain degree of influence on. But if there's other people as well that are involved, then that also has another mirror, and all of a sudden you're in a hall of mirrors. So trying to predict in that is actually totally and utterly dangerous, ineffective, and disempowering, to be honest. And I might be putting some people's backs up here, but it's true. And I'm strong enough to hold in that message now. So if you want to learn how to really read in an empowering, effective way, like the Oracle of Delphi that says know thyself above the top of it, then do get in touch with me. I have a Facebook group. It's Inner Transformation with Tiffany Crosara. I'm on Instagram, Tiffany_Crosara. My website is tiffanycrosara.com. If you go over there, there's loads of free resources to get you started. Okay. And I wish you all the best with what can be a really incredible, amazing, enlightening tarot journey. Bye for now.